I left off talking about school and how information seems deliberately boring. Do you like video games? Do you like sports? Do you like to read? Do you like to go outside? Do you like socializing with friends on Facebook? Well, I wonder why that is. There's something that you like in particular that you dedicate your time to. Maybe you just sit around all day. If you do that, that's what you do. Then I'm using that then. Notice how anything that you are interested in or that you want to know, when you really want to know, when you really want to get better at it, you spend time. Now, for a lot of people, that could be sports, that could be video games, or it could be just laughing, watching YouTube videos all day. How hard is it for you to do this thing all the time that you like? It's not that hard, is it? It's not that hard to to play outside and shoot hoops on the basketball rim when you love it. With school, it's almost as if they're telling you what to be passionate about. In life, and when you're out there in the world, when you're at home looking at the computer screen, and you're interested in something. Let me just give you an example. In school, they give me like an hour to learn on the subject of math, to do work, to take home an assignment and then come back with it finished. On the floor, I have several pages of crap that, to me, I spent hours trying to figure something out, to play with math and on my own see what really is there about it that makes it so the way that it is. I try to look at it from different angles. I spent hours on it, is my point. And in school, I can only spend 1 hour, and before the hour's up, I already want to get out of there. I don't care if I can pass the class. I don't want to study math. It's just that simple. But when you have your own personal reason to do something, when you have your own interest in learning something, it's not that hard for you to learn it, is it? No. Why is it that you can Google how to, let's say you're going to an interview, how to tie a tie? I guarantee you pay attention. I guarantee you're not sitting there like, this is so boring, dude. Why? Because you want to know. It's easy for you to learn things when you want to know what it is, when you want to know about something. School, everything set up is basically like this. This is what everybody has to know. You have to come here by law until a certain time. I know that you were born into this world and you think that you should be able to do what you want, but that's not the case. So here's all of these different subjects. If you want to pass, then you should try and you should care. If you don't want to pass, then just do whatever. Just fail then and pay the consequences. And of course, once people realize the consequences, they weigh it out. Nobody wants those consequences, right? People want to survive. It's survival. I don't think that people do good in school because they really give a shit about what's going on in the subject of math, history, and all of those things. Yes, I feel like there are certain people who they might say, yeah, I like math. I like the way that those numbers work out. I like the way that Martin Luther King did this, and that. But that's them. There's other people in the class, I feel like majority, or everyone, who just don't want to be there. They want to be at home. They want to relax. They want to sleep. I don't think that's laziness. Other people want to play. That's not lazy. I don't think of it as laziness. I just feel like it's just not being interested enough, engaged enough into something where you perform your best. And it seems like everything in school is just perfectly, I'm not going to say designed, because I'm not going to make the assumption that it was intentionally boring. because how you let something affect you is on you. But anyway, everything just so happens to seem boring to most people. And but whenever it comes to something like, I don't know, there's that person, they didn't do good in school, but for some reason they can play basketball like nobody's business, and they weren't the best. They spent hours and hours and hours doing it. Somebody spent hours and hours drawing, hours and hours playing the same game, and you play them and they beat you over and over again. Somebody spends hours and hours reading on something or working on cars their whole life. Yeah, they only make a certain amount each year, but what do you know about cars against them? You see what I'm saying? And it's obvious, everybody knows this stuff, but I feel like people don't point it out or realize it enough to the point where it actually could make them angry. It made me angry, which is why I dropped out of school. I wanted to learn why. Why must I? I wanted to feel like I was in control. I wanted to feel like, yes, I want to learn, but I want to learn what I want to learn. I want to learn when I want to learn what I want to learn. And what do you know? I want to learn about math, but on my own pace. I spend hours on it. And typically I don't run into people who just, instead of sleeping or doing whatever it is they want to do, they're just working on math. There's people out there who do it. But my point is, I went from a person who at one point didn't want to have anything to do with school to trying to learn information that I didn't really care about, that I now care about, because I feel like it's something that I need to do something else that matters to me. And so it comes from within. I feel like this desire to do things should come from within and not from